He was talking about the Olympics. I watched the Olympics. I watched curling, like he's talking about. Women's curling, they're kind of hot. I don't know whether I like about the curling, whether I like girls touching big stone balls, or I like to watch women sweep. Also in sports news, Gilbert Arenas brought guns to his locker. I don't know if y'all heard about it. He got suspended. He might come back this year, Commissioner David Stern says, but they got to switch him from point guard to shooting guard. Let it sink in. Come on, people. All right. Y'all having a great fucking time. Come on. All right. Everybody in the room, shut the fuck up. Just kidding. Hey, comedy. Just kidding. All right, coming to the stage. He is not the lead singer of Coldplay, but he has had sex with Gwyneth Paltrow. Chris Martin.
It was sitting in the table.
It's toying on a microphone. You know your life is going downhill when your Facebook doppelganger is Charles Manson. It's probably why the neighbors don't let the kids come over and stroke my pet Zhu Zhu, Mr. Sniggles. Nightline interviewed the killer whale at SeaWorld. Killer whale claims it's nearsighted, mistaked his trainer for a penguin. It's an honest mistake. He's apologized. He's going back into rehab to treat his addiction for penguins. Anyone see the movie Percy Jackson and the Olympians? The Lightning Thief? Shouldn't that be called Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Harry Potter Thief? Anyone watching the final season of Lost? Spoiler alert. There's an exciting episode coming up in which Hurley gets stuck in a hatch and the others blow the smoke monster up his ass. Finally got a laugh from that one. Keep trying. So I used to get confused when people talked about the smoke monster. I thought they were referring to Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg was in Richmond last week for one brief shining moment. Richmond had more smoke trails over it than Atlanta. Kanye West wasn't invited to the Help for Haiti telethon. The organizers were worried he'd interrupt George Clooney and claim that the Southeast Asian tsunami was a far worse natural disaster. Years ago, I made a deal with the devil to get Pat Robertson to stop making stupid comments. I want my soul back. If it takes a lot of black people dying in a natural disaster to inspire a football team, I am so going to bet on the Haitian soccer team in the Summer Olympics. I have no shame. Earthquake in Chile. Bad news. The good news was that it killed less people than it did in Haiti. Bad news was it missed Elliot Yamin. It's been a rough winter. Washington, D.C. was paralyzed. In other words, things were pretty much normal. It's been so cold that Luke Skywalker bought a Snuggie for his tauntaun. It's been so cold that I actually saw a Richmond flying squirrel de-icing his nuts. The only scarier thing than a groundhog waking up and seeing his shadow is Andy McDowell waking up and seeing her wrinkles. Scott Brown, new senator from Massachusetts, former Cosmopolitan centerfold. Finally, the ass is back in Massachusetts. Let's have a round of applause for Bill Clinton. Guy's amazing, 63 years old, and he does his own stunts. Dick Cheney, hospitalized with chest pains. Turns out his heart couldn't stand the excitement of watching Olympic curling. I was kind of curious about the Olympic biathlon. You can imagine my disappointment when I found out that Tequila wasn't participating. Cheney's heart was racing uncontrollably. He said, "That's the last time I get a valve job from Toyota." Barack Obama gave the State of the Union address. He promised to revive the economy, reform the healthcare system, rein in the banks, and put a unicorn in everyone's backyard. Chris Matthews said the State of the Union address made him forget that Barack Obama was a black man for an hour. Which is too bad because I had forgotten that Chris Matthews was a jackass for about a week. White House Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel had to apologize for using the R word. Singer John Mayer had to apologize for using the N word. I really hate it when a cunt like Mayer and a kike like Emanuel use derogatory names and stereotype groups. I can say kike because I have a big nose, which makes me Jewish. I can say cunt because I have a big vagina, which makes me a really butch lesbian. I took the Activia challenge. Unfortunately, it didn't turn me into a movie star with large breasts, so I asked for my money back. Just checking my set list. That's a little trick I picked up from Sarah Palin. Congratulations to Sarah for finding something exciting and new to do with the palm of your hand. I got my hand a Valentine's Day card and know the palm of my hand like the back of my hand. Looks like the Congress is going to pass a health care plan, probably better than Sarah Palin's health care plan, which is if you get sick, you get abandoned on ice floe. So in Richmond, people have been ridiculing U-crops for years by calling it U-craps. People are going to have to open up a new can of sarcasm because it's been bought by a supermarket holding company called A-holes. For some reason, they don't want to call their grocery stores A-holes. It gets better. Their full name is Royal A-hole. It's a Dutch company, so let's hope they teach their employees to wash their hands after sticking their finger in a dike. Virginia Lottery has a new scratcher game. Their slogan is, all it takes is just one scratch. It's based on American Idol. When it comes to Paula Abdul, I'm not sure whether they're talking about winning a lot of money or catching herpes. The inventor of the Frisbee died recently. Gives a whole new twist to the phrase, spinning in your grave. The inventor of the Easy Bake Oven died recently. No word yet on whether he's going to be cremated. Reverend Al Sharpton had a meeting yesterday to discuss New York Governor David Paterson's scandals. Excuse me, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? Oh, that one sucked. I'd like to die on the last note here. Okay, Naomi Campbell accused by her limo driver of assaulting her. Her spokesman said there's more to the story than meets the eye, probably more to the story than meets the nose. My name's Chris Martin. That's my time. Thank you very much.